Apple released the iPhone 15 series on September 12th, and then I kind of noticed almost everyone was just talking about the Pro and the Pro Max. I mean, special attention wasn't even thrown to the 15 and 15 Plus. So I did my research and I waited for a couple of reputable YouTubers like Mr. Hostipus, for instance, and MKBHD to like run their tests because I was actually concerned about those tests. Now, if you notice, there has been a kind of trend, yeah, since the iPhone 13 series, where Apple puts a larger battery by a kind of margin in the base models and then a slightly smaller battery in the Pro models. Yeah, even the 14 series, the Plus had like kind of an edge over the Pro Max. So I think that's a kind of trend where Apple makes it that if you can't get LTPO 120 Hertz or telephoto lens, at least you could get a good battery for lower price. Yeah. So it's kind of a win-win. So like I'm going to throw more light on the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why it's actually a better value than you realize. Sorry, I meant to take it off. So I've not really had much sleep since last night. I was in a couple of research and at least the least you could do is subscribe to the channel. Yeah, for a better battery life and turn on post notifications, like the video. Let's get on to it. You see, before we even begin, like it's very important to remember the price of the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. I think we're going to talk about the iPhone 15. That should cover for the Plus also. Apple kind of equalized the vibrance of the displays between the Pro and the base models. Now, if you notice, they both have 2000 nits in extreme like peak brightness and 1600 nits HDR, 1000 nits high brightness mode. Before, that was something that was exclusive to the Pro and Pro Max only last year. I mean, 15 Plus had, I mean, the 14 Plus and 14 had 800 nits HBM and 1200 nits peak brightness. That was not even close. But this year, when you look at a 15 and a 15 Pro, the displays will look identical, at least until you touch them. So basically, all you get for the display for the reduction of almost $200 is just like literally an iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max display with low power mode turned on. Yeah, that's right. When you turn on low power mode on the ProMotion 120 Hz iPhones, it actually dials it down to 60 Hz. And most people eventually have to turn that on in hot sun, for instance, because 120 Hz sips the battery like fruit juice. The matter the battery life it has, 120 Hz is 120 Hz. It just takes battery that can be saved for much better things. Yeah, so most iPhone users, even 13 Pro, 14 Pro, 15 Pro, they end up turning on low power mode at least 40% of the time. And at the end, you get like quite the balance between Pro motion and regular motion. So if you get an exact duplicate of an iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max display, but then with low power mode factored in, that makes it 60 Hz. What's there for $200? Actually, it's a great deal. Yeah, eventually, even if you buy the Pro motion models, you're still going to use the power mode at some point. Trust me, when the 120 Hz temperature effect and battery draining comes in, you will use it. You can't escape it. Secondly, both the base model and the Pro model have identical speakers. Try them out yourself. Apple has had astounding speakers since the iPhone 13 series. There is not much difference. Same goes for the Plus and the Pro Max. Same. And next, let's talk about the battery life. Now you see the base 15 model beats the Pro 15 model, and same goes for the Plus. In fact, the Plus beats the Pro Max black and blue. On Mr. Hosey's battery test I watched, I think that was 2 days ago, the 15 had 9 hour 57 minutes screen on time. Crazy. And then the 15 Pro had 9 hour and 20 minutes. So you can see for battery life, the base models actually take the lead. Same goes for the Plus and the Pro Max, with an even bigger gap. 15 Plus had 13 hours and 19 minutes screen on time, while the 15 Pro Max had 11 hours 41 minutes. That's literally almost an hour and a half extra battery life. So for battery life, the base models take it. And for the price, I mean, $800, $900, that's actually a great steal. The Pro Max costs, I think, $300 more than the Plus. So like, why wouldn't you get it? At the end, promotion doesn't even count in most intensive games. Most intensive games are still stuck on 60 FPS. I once tried that. I bought a 13 Pro and I discovered promotion just only affected the system UI majorly. Most games haven't even come to like 120 Hertz frame rate yet. I mean, it comes down to the GPU, not just the display engine. Now for speed, there is only a 30% GPU improvement between the 5 core and the A16 Bionic, and that's of the 6 core on the A17 Pro. And don't forget, there are recent reports of overheating, especially while charging on the 15 Pro and Pro Max. So, like, why take that much risk for the money, unless you have the money to throw? Yeah, which I don't. But then, like, you could get yourself a phone that has assurance. At least we know the limits and weakness of like the A16 Bionic, so we are actually sure that the chip goes quite alright. And they both have LPDDR5 RAM, so like the speed difference won't even be that much at the end. I mean, 4 nanometer is a great deal already for $800. And then the camera is another important part you need to take note of. Now, there is no much difference between pictures taken on the 15 and 15 Pro. Trust me, they both shoot HEIF format 24 megapixels. Yeah, they both do that. So like at the end is some 3D spatial video since you hardly even use. Even the cinematic I once rushed when I was buying my iPhone 13 back then. I was rushing it, but at the end I didn't even use it. So there's no point trying to get the whole ProRes and all that. ProRes is not even applicable in daily life. Like, why not get a real camera? ProRes just takes a ton of storage and it's very difficult to edit. So like at the end, it all comes down to the features on the base model 15 and 15 plus that we actually use every day. Except the macro. Yeah, the macro is actually what I would like to have because macro is great. It's crazy. And then the 15 and 15 plus have 2x telephoto from the wide camera that has optical zoom quality. So like Apple gave you a very great deal. Yeah, you can't deny it. Trust me. And then when it comes to the whole USB-C 3.0 stuff, if you observe, first of all, USB 3.0 cables are not like common in the markets. It's mostly USB 2.0 because that's what the average user needs. And secondly, Apple shipped a USB 2.0 cable in the box of the 15 Pro and Pro Max. So at the end, even with the USB 3.0 speeds, most people obviously will stick to their cables that came with the device. So at the end, almost everybody is going to be using USB 2.0. So you won't really be left out, trust me. Besides, even at the end, they still all have 20 watts fast charging or 20 something. So like at the end, the 3.0 stuff doesn't even make much of a difference. Trust me, like it doesn't. I've seen Android phones with USB 3.1, 3.2, and I used it and I didn't really see anything special. Yeah, it's faster a bit, but trust me, Apple really took the best out of USB 2.0 Lightning. It's crazily fast, especially when doing like an iTunes restore. You'll notice it's even faster than some Android USB 3. I don't know how they do it, but Apple just takes the best advantage of whatever technology they have. Even if it's like behind, but they still do it. And then you still get dynamic island on all models. Yeah. You still get the crazy aesthetic of dynamic island and the way it integrates with live activities and the rest of them. You won't really be left out. And durability is under concern. Now, the whole titanium idea people had, it turns out stainless steel even took more damage for the like back glass than the titanium. Yeah, I noticed most people that tried to test the titanium's durability really got a very bad case of disappointment. So at the end, I think aluminum is still more stable and still lightweight to hold than titanium. Yeah, even with the titanium, most people won't use their phones outside of like the woven fabric cases. So like aluminum is not really a big deal. Yeah, it still has to be lightweight. Trust me, you need that lightweight. Yeah. So look, I can go from now to like 3 hours on how much value the 15 provides, but trust me, if you're on a budget like me, that's the go-to phone. Yeah, it literally has everything you're gonna need. And another thing about Apple, you see, Apple has this ability to get the best out of what they do, which is why 60 Hertz on iOS or iPhones is different from that on Android. 60 Hertz stays at 60 Hertz. Trust me, 60 Hertz that stays at 60 Hertz without throttling unnecessarily is better than 120 Hertz that throttles in an unstable way. So like at the end, I'll still say the 15 and 15 Plus are good deals. Yeah. So let me know what you think though. This is just my thoughts. Yeah, most people aren't really putting eyes on that phone, but Trust me, I want to let you guys know. Obviously, personally, I'll still go for the 120 hertz promotion, but and also like I don't excuse Apple for 60 hertz. I can never do that. They are wrong for that. But working with what we have got, because at the end, they still make the final say on what they release, not us. Yeah, they own their company. Making the final like evaluation, I'll still say go for it. The 15 and 15 plus are perfect deals. Trust me, you will love the battery. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, I need a drink. Yeah. Haadi out.